Alright guys, my name is the Metagoblin and today we're going to be turning Skyrim into a Harry Potter RPG. What we're essentially going to be doing is turning Skyrim into an extremely extensive magical combat game. You're going to have like spells like literally falling out of your ears, with a couple of really good mods which essentially replicate the kind of Hogwarts experience and that kind of feeling. We also have a mod that makes the magic combat very similar to what you see in the Harry Potter films by making it more of a dueling experience. Plus there'll be mods to become an animagus, right? Just before we jump in, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss my next video where we'll be turning Skyrim into a Dark Souls game. So I'm going to split the video into sections. First we'll go through all the big content mods, then the smaller content mods, and then the gameplay changing mods and all those kind of alterations to the magical things in the game. So the first big mod we have, really, you know, just on its own, it turns Skyrim into a Harry Potter game. It's called the Phenderix Magic World DLC. This mod will also work for Skyrim Special Edition, so you can get this on console as well. So I mean, just download this mod, you know, on your console. You are going to basically turn your game into Harry Potter as well. This mod essentially adds a school of witchcraft and wizardry. Like, you're going to have 400 new spells, new spell types entirely. This mod is like, it's completely quest focused as well, you know, it isn't just like a sandbox area that's like thrown into the game. There are 4 houses, magic houses that you can join. It really does replicate the Hogwarts experience quite well. There's also a magical town for you to explore, as well as this realm called the Forbidden Dimension, which is like this world zone containing many bosses and boss encounters for you to try out. The mod adds these spells, you know, some pretty just generally mental spells. You can have summon spells that, you know, summon creatures like an entire wolf pack. You can summon werewolves, you can summon a spriggan, you can become a spriggan, you can also like host certain like animals that you summon. There are temporal weapon enchants, like, you know, temporally enchant your weapon with like fire damage, a bit like how elemental I don't know, whatever. You also have like skill buffing, like you do in Oblivion, that kind of old school kind of thing, and you can even create like magical bombs. Another feature is how you can do like magical damage when punching people, so you can like enchant your fists with like magic damage, which is pretty dope. The next big content mod I have for you is the Immersive College of Winterhold. With these 2 mods installed, you're going to have basically 2 magical schools to go to. Mostly this mod only makes physical changes, but it makes this college look like more of a proper magical university. You're going to see like certain rooms with a lot more detail to them. It's as if like every room has its own like kind of function, rather than most rooms just kind of being bare and boring. Like, there's different kinds of rooms. There will be other college members performing experiments, that kind of thing. They were like training their spells in the main court, the big room in the middle of the college. And you know, they'll go to study in the library and stuff. Like, mostly it just makes the NPCs in the game just like much more lively and interesting and more immersive. And you know, because they're going to have these more realistic routines. So that's it for the big content mods. Let's run through some of the smaller content mods, right? First we have the Wands of Skyrim mod. It's important to note that this mod doesn't just remodel the staffs in the game. It's not like anything like that. It is like its own unique weapon type. And the combat with these mods, with these wands installed, it is pretty fun. It does look pretty cool. There are like 11 different spells that you can choose from, you know, for your different wands, and some of them like drain stamina instead of magicka, which is pretty cool. We also have like an automatic ward whenever you cast the block button. Press the block button, sorry, which is like I guess it's kind of like a bit like casting Protego in Harry Potter, because you know in Harry Potter you can like block spells by using the Protego spell. So it's kind of like, you know, you can block spells with using your wand, so it's kind of cool. Next mod I have for you will essentially replicate the power of becoming an animagus in Harry Potter. You know how Sirius Black can turn into a wolf, and Harry Potter's dad can turn into a stag, you know that from the books. Anyway, it's called Wrath of Nature, the Path of a Druid. This mod is very well implemented into the game. You don't just get the spells, you know, the spell books from a vendor or something like that. What will happen is that at level 10, a courier will come and give you a note which starts a quest, and then you'll go out and find other druid powers by translating an ancient text. I think it's like a Falmer text or something like that. It's pretty cool. There are 4 creatures that you can transform into. You've got the Frost Wolf, the Fire Tiger, the Earth Bear, and the Spriggan. And in order to unlock these transformations, you have to complete certain trials which involve boss battles where you go and kill that elemental creature, and you kind of like absorb its power, so then you can transform into it. Each creature has its own like unique set of abilities. You won't just like become the creature and then get like the basic attack or anything like that. You know, you're going to do AoE earthquakes, you've got fire explosions, a lot of really cool things to keep. I just want to take a little pause from the video, guys. You may not know that a lot of advertisers have pulled out of YouTube, which means YouTube is earning about a third of what they used to, which also means, you know, I need to get, I've got a part-time job now just to get by. Therefore, I can't unfortunately make as much videos as I'd like to. So I would have really appreciated it if you supported me on TAD. It's just this app you can download to your phone where you can quickly watch some adverts, and then creators like me get paid for when you watch those adverts. You'll find a link to that in the description. But anyway, let's get on with your video. So for our last section, I'm going to be talking about mods which change the gameplay slightly and make it similar to the elements of the Harry Potter films. First of all, we have Magic Duel Reborn. You know when the spells in Harry Potter like kind of combine together, like in the Goblet of Fire when like Harry Potter is dueling Voldemort. It's called Felite Incantatum or something like that. It's been a while since I've read the books. Technically in Harry Potter, it's only supposed to happen when two wands of the same core, go against each other. But so whenever you like see that not happening. Whenever you see that happening, like in any other moment in the film, it's actually kind of inaccurate to the books. But anyway, this mod will basically do that shebang, you know, that kind of when the magic kind of combines. Basically, like, you cast your fire spell, you cast your shock spell, the magic is going to combine. If you do it fair enough, like fairly at the same time, the magic spell is going to combine in the middle, and then you kind of have to like press left and right really quickly in combination to kind of get your spell to kind of move forward. You've also got this like rotating action cam kind of thing going on, and eventually like it'll get to your enemy and blast them backwards. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Secondly, we have the mod which is called Smart Cast, which attempts to make spell casting much faster and more fluid in the game. You can set up combat tactics much like you can do in those Dragon Age games, where you will like kind of automatically cast spells in certain conditions. For instance, if you're running low on health, the game will automatically cast a healing spell without you needing to unequip your weapons or anything like that. You can also create spell macro sequences, so for instance you can equip a combo spell which will, it could cast paralysis, so then you cast a paralysis spell, then it will do fire damage, and then after you do the fire damage then it will cast like Raise Dead or something like that. So you can just automatically set up a sequence of spells, which saves a lot of time. The last mod I have for you isn't specifically a magic mod, but it's a really good perk overhaul mod called Percus Maximus. I've put this, I've put it into the video because this video is all about creating a very sophisticated magic system within Skyrim, to the point where the game really feels like it's its own wizard RPG, as if like nothing else is added to the game, like this is just a wizard magic role-playing game. This mod will completely revamp the way that magic works in the game. You will have to stop and think about your perk choices, since there's a lot more of them. I've been playing this mod with a simple tank build on my live streams, and it's really interesting how mathematical perk changes can actually have a strong influence on how you play the game to maximise your usefulness. Lastly, I'm going to finish off with a cheeky content mod called MIDAS MIDAS Spells for Skyrim Fix. That's like the mod title that you want to go for. This is just the title of the best working version of the mod. I think the guy who made it is like not making mods anymore or something like that. This mod will add over 250 new spells to the game. So, including the first mod we talked about, you're going to be adding like 600 new spells to the game, which is going to be a bit overwhelming, but oh well. It's, in the world of Harry Potter, you would literally probably have that amount of spells if you think at the end of the day. I mean, the great thing also, last great thing about this mod is it actually changes the visual aspects of the vanilla spells also, so, the simple flame spell is going to look much cooler. Anyway, guys, right now on the screen, you're probably going to see very similar videos, links to videos very similar to this one. Also, just like to know, I'm also streaming on Twitch, streaming Skyrim, mostly on Twitch now. So if you want to check me out, the link for that is also in the description. Anyway, my name is the Meta Goblin. Until my next video, ciao.